Hello and welcome everyone to our weekend edition, 30 Days of Self-Leadership Journey. It's our almost end, all together learning, connecting and evolving. And as it is day for the book, on Sundays I am sharing with you various aspects from the books I find inspiring. Today also I prepared 4. Today it's a special day, 29th of June. It's the Statistics Day. And what I have checked in internet, statistically, how are we looking regarding to our happiness? So this is what internet has showed me. Globally, most people report being happy, with 71% of those surveyed saying they are happy, according to the Ipsos. However, it's decreasing. Global happiness, on average, across 30 countries, 71% of people report are happy, while 29% report being unhappy, according to Ipsos, in the long term. The most happy people are in age 60s, 70s. Income and interpersonal relationships are having the huge impact on the way how we feel. Are we happy? Other factors such as good health, sense of meaning in life, and feeling in control of one's life are also linked to higher happiness and life satisfaction. So for the Sunday inspiration, let me dive into the book review. Grab your notebook, grab your pen, and let's dive in. Confucius. If we take a global perspective, in today's world, various countries, nations, and ethnic groups have different cultures, different religions, different values. But all the peoples of the world should aspire towards living together harmoniously, rather than resorting to war and violence at every turn. This perspective is shared globally, but our life, our home, shall be world number one. How are we managing that? Are we triggered to win and to be seen as the hero, or we are driven by this good ego to learn good practices, to learn healthy communications, to show our experiences where we failed? Yesterday I had a very interesting conversation. Adults quite often are hiding from young people their own mistakes and how they eventually suffered, struggled. Sometimes also we want to show the young generation how they should go along with life. But are we fair in this? Are we saying that from the position of person who had own life in the right pace? Let's think about that. And maybe we should a bit adjust our judgmental tongue, our judgmental perspective, and go more into creating our connections in a harmony manner. Of course, start that harmony with yourself. Think before it's too late, Edward de Bono. Some people object that being creative means being free, and therefore any structure impedes creativity. That is incorrect. If you are in a locked room, you need a formal key to get out of the room. This key does not determine where you go once you are outside. Structure is the key. It's somehow underlining the discovery journey we were going through this last more than 20 days, especially when we were talking about the vertical thinking, about the lateral thinking. Structure, how we are building our conceptual knowledge, the personal, professional plan for development, quality of information. We do have these societal trends and then develop beliefs. I'm not creative mind. We can learn that, but to be creative, we need to give some foundation to develop the lateral thinking. And while we are practicing that lateral thinking, mixed with kindness, free from judgment, our brain has more space, our prefrontal cortex has more space to have the right beat to create creative minds. Book number 3, It's Okay Not to Share. Mad, Sad, and scared feelings are okay. Show kids what is appropriate and what's not when those feelings arise. Again, we are following quite often with this should, could, would. And we will, as adults, we will react either towards our younger generations, our kids, or other people, adults at the workplace, for example. Because we do have this vertical process of thinking in us, quite strongly anchored. We are driven by the vertical process of thinking. So if someone is bringing different idea, different behavior, we are immediately triggered, and this is not how it should be. And what this is saying to us is inviting us to be open, again, kind, and accepting differences in other people, starting from our kids. The kids are not to be a copy of you. The kids are not there, here in your life, to make eventually better life, one you didn't achieve. They are having a part of your DNA and another part, DNA from your beloved one. But it doesn't mean they are here to be copy of you, because they are sensing, they are experiencing their own world in a different way. And by the way, we are adults, we don't understand that word, because we don't ask questions. Curiosity, one of the fundamental bricks for the creativity, by the way. We don't ask questions, we show limited interest. And of course, if we are not reading, if we are not developing, if we are not learning self-leadership journey, we will be shrinking our mindset, and then of course it will be quite difficult to show the good way to other people how to behave when negative emotions are turbulencing in us, or in the kids, or other employees, teammates, and so on. As a parent, we are a leader. At workplace, we are a leader, even if we are a team member. It starts from us, the way how we are perceiving surrounding us environment, the way how we value ourselves, and then what kind of value we will add into this relationship with other person. We dropped quite often because he did this, because in my family it was not accepted, that's why I am doing this way, because my leader is bad. You see what is happening here? We are dropping responsibility on other people. But hey, we have our own brain, so let's use it right. Final book from Courage. I already brought that book before to you, and from my own chapter. Habits create emotional distance from distractions because your focus is strengthened. If you are unhappy with something, with your spouse, with your kids, it's because you are having too much time for putting attention to it. You are controlled how other people are acting. Can you shift that attention to what are you doing with your time? What's the quality of time you are spending with yourself? Once you are busy with something constructive, you will see less imperfection in other people. And imperfection is absolutely perfect. It's a beautiful part in world, in building connections, because this is where you can also grow leadership. Thank you very much for today. Have a great Sunday, and see you tomorrow for our grand finale.